thought this was a perfect spot to sit. Blueberry bushes with another 30 days. I'll probably have tons of blueberries. Got all these gorgeous, I guess they would call them weeds, but weeds are only what we think doesn't look right. So these are gorgeous flowers. And you know, you can hardly even cut the lawn because they're spreading all over the place and beautiful purple all over. So that's one of the things that yoga does, is it makes you love nature. It's hard to explain that because everybody thinks it's just an exercise. That's a bunch of baloney. So all these gorgeous little flowers. I hope they come out in the video because they're gorgeous. Anyhow, I wanted to explain to you a little bit about yoga. People when I started yoga, I don't remember anybody getting injured. I did yoga for many years. I taught yoga and taught yoga and taught yoga for many, many years. I don't remember anybody getting injured, and certainly if they get injured, it's so minor. It was so minor. But injuries are becoming more and more a part of yoga, and it just shouldn't be that way. Absolutely not. Yoga is a very, what I talk about with yoga is it's not a competitive sport. Your life is a personal journey. And we've learned to compete in everything that we do, yet life is a personal journey. And when you look back in your life, you realize that there is a rhythm to it. But when you're going through it, boy, it sure is tough. But there is a rhythm to your life. And it is a personal journey. And there are actors in the play that help you along. And some of those actors you learn to hate a lot, but it's a personal journey. So yoga is not meant to be intense. It's meant to be gentle. And you do the best you can. The injuries are coming from reasons like people are competing with people around them or with themselves. They've learned to win at all costs. Well, the winning takes time. When you do yoga, if you move a silly millimeter, and that's the best you could do, you've benefited tremendously from the exercise portion of yoga, or anything in your life. You've benefited tremendously because over time, that millimeter will turn into inches and feet. And so, just do what you can. If you're pushing yourself, if you're groaning, if you're moaning, I don't know what you're doing, but I wouldn't call it yoga. If you're doing something and you feel it's intense, that's not yoga. If you're pushing too hard, it's not yoga. Because anything that you do that's pushing too hard is literally going to break the body down. It's going to cause an injury. It's going to create a problem. I was listening to something on television was saying, I'm in the best shape of my life. Well, I'll tell you something. If you follow what I talk about, you're going to feel terrific. I don't care how old you are. You know you're in one of the, if not the best shape in your life, you're getting there. Because yoga does put a smile on your face. It does put a song in your heart. It does put a skip in your step. Without any question. Your life's going to change. Your health is going to get better. Your mind is going to get sharper. And you're just going to feel a lot better. But if you do it gently, only gently, is the way it will work. People that are pushing too hard get hurt. If you have a thin mat, these mats were designed to look cool on your shoulder, but not for yoga, because they're too thin. So you don't want a thin mat. You want a mat that's at least a half an inch thick. And I'm going to be coming out with yoga mats by Yoga Mat Academy, because I think it's fun. But a mat should be about a half inch thick. It should be approximately 72 inches long, and if you're taller, they do make extra long mats. But I truthfully think anybody can learn to adjust to a mat. But if you're real tall, you might need an extra long mat. I made some notes here. Let me see what the rest of them are. So you don't want to push too hard. You don't want to be competitive. Don't worry about bending like a pretzel. That to me isn't yoga. That to me is a picture on a wall saying to you, this is what you're supposed to do. Well, yeah, maybe. Maybe I'll do that in another 100 years, some of that bending like a pretzel. But it's amazing what I can do. And there's pictures of me doing a lot of this stuff. Because I'll tell you, the more you do, the more you will be able to do. So don't be competitive. Do the best you can. All these intense yogas really don't work. They may work on a 20-year-old, but they certainly don't work as you get older. And if you have severe problems or if you have health issues at any age, you want this gentle stuff, because in the gentle stuff is all the power. That's where the power is, the gentle yoga. I don't put my hands on a student, so here we are working from a distance. Don't worry about my hands being on you, they're not. And the reason I don't is I don't want to push you too hard. You're going to get there. If you can't do it exactly the way I say, but you're doing the best you can, you will be eventually able to do it exactly the way that picture looked on the wall, if you keep going. Because it'll work. I'm telling you, it'll work. Just listen to me and do the best you can. You can't leave a class abruptly. You have to do something to reverse out what you've done so you walk out in balance. And my suggestion is, in a yoga exercise asana class, that you want to leave after final relaxation. And the reason being is you have given the body a chance with the energy, that stored negative energy that you've broken down. You've given the body a chance to release that negative energy, or process to release it. And you've allowed yourself to come more to balance. And so, if you can, stay the entire class. If you can't, then at least do, and you'll see what it is as I teach the classes, you'll at least do a cobra to balance out a forward bend, and or the best you can in a cobra, or you'll at least do a cat stretch, probably a cobra and cat stretch, and then gently get up, take your time, and then do what you need to do if you had to go somewhere and you try to do a little bit of the class. Most of my findings is that people that do yoga, sometimes you get a cramp and a kink. And I don't take that as a negative. In fact, most of the things that I've ever seen happen in yoga, other than pushing yourself too hard, is you've released energy. You've actually trying to put yourself into balance, into alignment. And so it's positive. You just can't push too hard. But it's a positive thing. A kink and a cramp, I believe, is actually energy trying to get through, that's trying to break through so that you get more circulation. So as long as you don't push, as long as you know that Rome wasn't built in a day, I know that you are going to look better, think better, feel better. You're going to skip, you're going to put a song in your, that song in your heart's going to be sung out of your voice, out of your mouth. And I can tell you, you're going to be better looking. I can just tell you that. It's going to happen. It happens with anybody that does yoga. Not yoga the way some of this, but certainly the yoga that I'm teaching and that I've done. I know that. You see the way I sit now? You see me sitting like this? When I was 29, 30 years of age, I couldn't do this. I was ready for back surgery. I may have talked about it in an earlier video. But I used to lean against a wall when I used to go to places to start my experience with yoga. I couldn't sit. I could sit like this for a day, 2 days. It doesn't matter. My back is so strong. I couldn't do this. So I'll guarantee you that you're going to not only get a strong back, but you're going to get straighter. Scoliosis, forward bending back, all these things, that'll eventually straighten out. And I got a hunch based on stuff that I've seen, it'll happen at any age, it'll straighten out. The key is to put the body into alignment over time. That's why this is not a videotape that you watch over and over and over again only, although I will make videos that you can watch during the week. This is an experience, a lifetime experience to make you, to help you, not make you, to help you look better, think better, feel better. A song in your heart, a skip to your step, a smile on your face, a glow eventually around you. Appreciation of nature like you've never appreciated it before. That's my commitment to you, because I know I can do it because people did it for me. And I was just I still am a regular person. It's just that, wow, what an experience. So join with me, yoga mat, come along for the ride of your life. And don't push, relax, enjoy the ride. Thank you very much for listening. This was probably a pretty lengthy piece. Maybe they'll shorten it a little bit because I literally love what I do. Thank you for listening. Om, peace, peace, peace. Have a wonderful day. Bye.